heaven, West Virginia.
Let's talk about the scene. Let's talk about the landscape for President Biden with CNN Chief National Correspondent John King. John, how do you see this? I mean, he had infrastructure, right? A huge bill, but Build Back Better very much in jeopardy. Voting rights apparently dead. What does that do for him?
I'm reminded of an old saying. John McCain used to mangle this quote from Chairman Mao. He used to say, "It's darkest before it turns completely black." That's where Joe Biden is right now. Schools are closing. People out in the country have COVID exhaustion. Here in Washington, the president is disappointing his own base. So he has two giant problems. One is with the broader country that doesn't wake up every day with a checklist. What did Joe Biden do for me today? They wake up every day to try to live their very complicated, stressful lives now in beginning of year 3 of this pandemic. And candidate Joe Biden said, "I'm not Donald Trump. I'll be better at this." President Joe Biden back in July said, "We're going to begin a summer of freedom." Well, people don't feel like they have that summer of freedom, do they, with Omicron surging? So the COVID frustration, the impact on schools, on businesses, on the economy, on public health, has an exhausted country saying, "Mr. President, you really haven't given us what you promised." Then his own base says, "Mr. President, you haven't given us what you promised." And in a midterm election year, he needs to motivate his base. Now, look, Joe Biden thought when he won in November, he was going to have a Democratic House and a Republican Senate, and he would be more of a centrist deal maker. Then they won those 2 Senate seats in Georgia, and Democratic expectations went off the charts. He's been unable to fulfill those expectations, and so he has that problem. The country is frustrated. His party is frustrated. We're 2 weeks into a midterm election year, a few days away from his 1-year anniversary of inauguration, and it is black. It is very dark for him right now.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. And you know what I love about this? How John King from CNN had to actually come out and tell the truth about the Biden administration and how it's been an utter failure for only a year. It's only been a year since he's been elected. And what has happened? Everything he's done has blown up in his face. That includes the legislation to try to get passed. The only thing they've gotten passed that's any significance is the infrastructure bill, and that's bad enough. But they can't get anything else passed. And then, if you look at some of the other issues that have cratered his poll numbers, like the border, the economy, his handling of COVID, and the withdrawal from Afghanistan, no wonder he's at around 30% approval rating. And they still have 3 more years in that White House until we get someone else to actually not know what they're doing. Hopefully, Donald Trump. And the CNN, if you look at those other anchors, they are like depressed over this because they know what's going to happen. It's going to be a blowout in 2022 and 2024. But guys, that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.